So that's story on Peter escape from prison. And the package is pretty much about prayers, power in prayer. They prayed so much for Peter to what Peter was at the front door. And so when God intervened, the chains had started falling up. The gates just start opening up by itself. And when Peter had got out and Peter walked across the street, he turned around, the angel was gone because the angel job was done. God had him just uh, help escort him out of the prison. You know, that's all the angel job was to do is, escort him out of the prison to make sure he out completely. So when he got out, he went across the street, the angel was gone because the angel job was done. His job was done. He'll make sure to escort him safely out of that prison. You know, and while they're still praying for Peter. Peter was at their front door. And when God got involved, it was soon as Peter stood up, the chains just started falling off. As he started walking, the gate just started opening up by itself. And once he got out of there and got across the street, turned around, the angel was gone. So that's all I have for you tonight. Always pray. Never stop praying. Because in the situation that Job was in, Job was praying. In the situation that Job was in, he was praying. Job was praying. No matter what situation it was, Job was praying. He was in his pain and suffering. He still was praying. And we see that they were already knew had written up some papers. If you pray, you're gonna get in line with them. It didn't matter. He kept on praying. He said, no one is gonna stop me from praying. So we see the power of prayers. We see the power of prayer with Daniel. That the angel came and released him out of that den. We see the power of prayer with Jonah when he was in that big fish. He was praying while he was in that fish. That prayer had pleased God, and he had that fish to spit Jonah out of that fish. And we see how Job was. Job was in pain and suffering, but Job was still praying. We see how prayers is so powerful. So God saw that Job had enough, and so God had told Job, I need you to pray for your friends. Job was praying for himself, and God told him to pray for your friends. And said that's when God had blessed him. Had to pray for his friend. Prayers are powerful. Prayers release all kind of broken chain that's been on your life. So that's all I have for you tonight. Y'all have a blessed, safe night. See y'all in the next video.